Hi, welcome to the Comfy Red Couch. My name is Tracy and I am your host, and I'm coming to you from Toronto, where a little while ago it was beautiful and sunny. Then the sky opened up and there was lots of thunder, lots of lightning, and definitely lots of rain. It's starting to clear up a little bit, so hopefully we'll have some sunshine, and at least the thunder won't interfere with the podcast today, because it was getting a little bit loud when I was trying to first start recording. So welcome to the Comfy Red Couch, episode 13, and a huge welcome back to anybody who is a returning viewer, and a hearty welcome to anybody who's new to the podcast. Today I'm going to talk about some sewing. I am going to talk about some yarn. I'm going to talk about some projects I'm working on, and I'm going to talk a little bit about some tea that I'm drinking today as well. So where you can find me. You can find me on Ravelry as Tracy RR, and on Instagram I am Comfy Red Couch. I'm not as, I like the photographs on Instagram, but I'm still trying to figure out how to use it sometimes. So I try my best, but sometimes I'm not as good at Instagram as I have become with Ravelry. So if you do want to contact me, though, you can send me a message either through Instagram or Ravelry. I have figured out how to message on Instagram, so that's like the most important part anyway, I think, isn't it? Anyway, today we are going to start talking about some materials. So it is now time to move on to Material Girl. So this week I got some sewing started, which is good. Last week I had washed my material and ironed it, and my goal for the past week was to get this cut out. And yesterday I finally, put an extra leaf in the kitchen table, laid out the fabric, and tried to lay down the pattern pieces. And my big mistake had been, I knew I had 5 something of this material, and it turns out it was 5 yards, not 5 meters. And this lovely pattern here in this view calls for 5 meters, so 5 yards is not 5 meters. So I suppose I should have measured it out again at first to make sure. I knew it was 5 something. So and because I bought the material from Uknit, I forgot that they go in yards, while somewhere like Fabricland goes in meters. So I made it work. Anyway, I called Uknit. Luckily, they still had some of this material. Where I ran out, so I was able to cut out the top half, and I cut out one part of the skirt. And this is a really big skirt, very, very full. And you have to cut out 2 of them, but you're supposed to actually cut them out individually, so it's not laid on top of each other like many patterns are when you're cutting 2. So I realized I was going to be short, so I gave them a quick phone call. They had this material in stock, thankfully, so I popped over to Uknit and bought more material. And then I washed, dried the material when I got home, and was able to get it all fully cut out. So that was really good. And last night I sewed the dart. So this is the front piece, and my not a real green dress. I'm really loving this material. There was an aqua in this polka dot material too that I really liked as well, but I just love the freshness of the green. So I have not ironed this yet, but I've worked on the darts, and it's a very, very full skirt. So once it's all done, this is the front, and then there's a back piece, and then there's the 2 backs, which I've now sewn together, and they'll come around and cover over the front, so it's like just a pullover dress like this, and then you tie it up in the front. So my goal is to have this ready for Thursday night, maybe, but I've also got some other things on the go too, so I'm not sure that I'll be able to do it. So it started at least, so that's more than nothing. So anyway, so all my darts are done, and all of them are done on all of the pieces, and it's now just a matter of ironing them and doing some finishing, and then I can start attaching the pieces. So maybe the next time you see me, I will be wearing this not a real green dress. We shall see. And I'll put that over there. Also this week, what I did, I had talked about the plantain PDF file from Deer and Doe. So I printed this out. So lots of pages. This is a free pattern on the Doe and Deer website as a PDF. So it will be interesting to see how putting these all together will go. I bought the material last week and showed that, but at least I finally printed this up, and I'll start this in the summer and see how that goes. And when I went to Unit, I may have gotten in a little bit of trouble. Unit is a yarn and fabric store, so what's worse than either going into just a yarn store or a fabric store? When they are both together. So I did know they got some new Madeline Tosh colors in, and they restocked their Madeline Tosh, and I really love the Tosh Merino Light, and they had this really beautiful one, and I picked it up, and I had a chat with it even, but I decided not to bring it home. So I got to the yarn store and did not buy yarn, which was amazing. However, I did buy some material. And this was the last of this material. So this is a cotton and steel fabric, and it's got this just beautiful pattern with trees, and I think they're supposed to be ghosts wearing dresses, and these little tiny ghosts here, I think they glow in the dark because they've got like a bit of a shine to them, and then there's little rabbits. And so this one, and of course when I go to find it, probably won't be able to. So this fabric is from the Holiday 2015 collection. So I was not going to be able to find it again, but it's called Spellbound. And so Spellbound Holiday 2015. So this is the last of it, and I was able to get 3 3/4 yards of this material. Hopefully I don't make the same mistake I did with my green dress, my polka dots, because I will not be able to get more of this, I'm sure. Anyway, beautiful purple, and I think I'll make another dress, but a shorter one. I just haven't figured out which one yet though, but I just thought it'd be kind of a fun pattern. Not in a huge rush to make this one, but I'm hoping by year end, so maybe around Halloween. That's kind of the perfect time to wear it. So anyway, it's a beautiful, nice thick cotton, and I'm looking forward to figuring out what I'm going to make with it, and getting to that when I get to that. But this had to go in my fabric stash, which is ever growing and running out of space. So this was all of the things I got up to this week with my sewing, and hopefully next week I'll have some more to share with you, or the next time I see you, because next week I will actually be going on a bit of a holiday. We're going camping for a week, so I may not stick to my regular podcast schedule. So I will try my best to figure something out, but it might be a couple weeks till you see me. But anyway, this is now in my fabric stash. This week there has been some sock progress. So in my Fringe Field Supply Company bag from La Bien-Aimée in the yellow, which I like my yellow bag. Not yarn as much, but I do love this bag. Anyway, so inside I have some progress to show you on my Beauty and the Beast socks. So this is from Mustache Yarns, and this was part of the Little Skein in the Big Wool promotion, or kits that they did. It was for a cowl kit, but I like to make socks better than cowls. So anyway, so this is my La Bête skein, and last week I had just finished the flap, and I had left it because there was some math and thinking involved. And then I think it was last Sunday, after finishing the podcast and uploading and everything like that, I finally got to turning the heel. And last night I finally finished picking up the stitches and then did a couple of rounds on the gusset decrease section. So I'm now still in my gusset decreases, but will just hopefully fly along. So that is the La Bête. And my La Belle is finished. So I don't have a complete finished object, but I do have a half finished object. And I got my the beauty side of the combination, so La Belle, all finished up. So last week I was at the same spot for both heel flaps. Turned the heels last Sunday, and this week I've just been working on the gusset decreases, the foot, and my cute little purple toe. And I did these heel down, and this was the first time I actually did a pair of socks without a pattern to reference. So there were things that I liked from different patterns. I did a 72 stitch count, and I like the heel flap. So top down with a heel flap, and I like the toe decreases with just the little tiny SSKs and knit two togs going the other way so you can kind of see them. So I put that type of toe in as well in my up until the end where I did then the Kitchener stitch. So anyway, so I was kind of been quite proud of myself in that I was able to get these done. Just, I mean, simple plain vanilla, but just working out the numbers and trying to figure out what works best for the way that I wanted my socks. So this one fits me lovely, lovely, lovely. Nobody gets these but me. Someone was asking me earlier in the week about it, whether I'd make them socks. And I said, well, how much would you pay for a pair of socks that are hand knit? And she says, oh, I don't know, $20. No. Like, and then of course you have to say, the yarn is more than $20. Why would I ever make you a pair of socks that you're going to buy from me when, you know, I don't even get to recoup my yarn? I'm sure we've all been there. So anyway, La Belle sock done. La Bête almost done. So I'm hoping for my next podcast I will have a pair of finished socks to show you. So I don't really have a my favorite things segment because I don't really have anything finished. I am still working away on my Shawl Society 3, and I've now got all 3 colors introduced, and I am loving how they are knitting up together. People are going to be really, really surprised by this shawl, and it's really, really lovely. I am using the fingering weight while Helen and Deb have used the sport weight, so I've made a couple of modifications. And but I'm really loving the look and the feel of the material that I'm knitting up. So I believe that the Shawl Society 2 is the knit along goes until the 6th of July, and so I'm thinking that maybe this will be released on the 6th of July as well, but I'm not 100% sure. So this will come out of the bag in a couple of weeks, and once I finish it, of course, and I think everybody will be really quite enthralled by the Shawl Society pattern 3 of the Shawl Society 2. So anyway, this will stay in here for now, and so nothing to show there. But on my favorite things, I have something else to show you, and you may have noticed that I have a bit of a different picture behind me. So as I said, the Shawl Society 2, it goes into the knit along goes until the 6th. And I made mine to give to my next door neighbor. And I used the Dye for Yarn Tussa Silk Lace in a purple colorway, Withering Bunch of Roses. And so I knit that up and gifted it to my next door neighbor. And there's a little bit of a backstory. I've been meaning to gift that to her for a while because she's an artist. And a little while back I said to her, you know what I would love? I would love if maybe I can make you a shawl, and maybe in return I can have one of your paintings. So this is what is behind me, is the exchange, the little barter. And I have to say, when I gifted her the shawl, she put it on and it just looked like it belonged on her. It just draped so beautifully. It looks really amazing with her hair, and it was perfect for her. So when it went on her, it was absolutely lovely. And she doesn't, I didn't make it in merino or anything like that because she doesn't like wool as much. So that's why I had chosen to do the Tussa Silk Lace. And so this is the painting that she has gifted me. And so it's on a canvas, and so she does lots of flowers with vases, and yeah, so this was what I got in exchange for doing a beautiful test knit. So she got an original test knit, and I got an original Mary Pavey painting. So I have to figure out where I'm going to hang this at this point. I have to clear some space on the wall, but super happy to have this in my house now. And I've lived in this house now for, about 11 years. So Mary has been here for much longer than that. And so it's she's a wonderful neighbor, and so it's nice to have one of her pieces of art. So I'm good. So one thing, when Mary dropped the painting off at the house, she dropped off this lovely little booklet that features some of her paintings. And so lots of beautiful paintings with the write-up about them and about her as well. So she does lots of flowers. I think I love this one. This one is titled Judy's Pink Shawl, and just with the pink shawl and then the flowers. So anyway, this is another. She does landscapes as well. So a nice little thing to have along with my painting. So even though it is not a shawl to show in my favorite things, it is something that I got in exchange for a shawl. So kind of fun. The other thing, I had shown the Shawl Society 2, the first shawl, and I had made that for my son's teacher who's getting married in a month. And I finally gifted that to her on Tuesday. So I stopped by the school on my way to work and popped in, and she was there early, which was great. And there's a little bit of a tear in her eye, I think, when I gifted it to her, and she just thought it was so beautiful. So, and it's what's really great about it as well is that it matches her bridesmaids' dresses perfectly, she said. So I didn't expect her to wear it to the wedding. I don't expect her to wear it to the wedding, but she said she might. So kind of nice to know that I've made something that maybe will be present on her special day. I mean, she's been a great teacher to both of my kids, and so sort of nice way to say thank you at the end of the year, and give it to her also for a special day, because there's lots of beautiful beads and lots of love that went into that shawl. So anyway, so she has that one. My next door neighbor has the other one. I think I might have to keep the third one for myself because it's really, really pretty, and I didn't end up starting out that project for anyone else. Well, the other two Shawl Societies I did. So I might actually keep this one, and it's a little bit different from most of the other shawls that I have, so definitely a keeper. Anyway, you never know with me, though. I might find somebody that it's just perfect for and gift it, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, so no more things for my favorite things, and I do have lots of things to share, though, in brown paper packages, because the mailman was good, plus I did a couple store visits. So you already saw the material I bought from Knit, but I also went to the Purple Pearl this week. Let's start off with my Purple Pearl purchase. So I got a phone call. I had shown a couple of these a couple weeks back, and what it is the Fleece Artists National Parks collection, because it's Canada's 150th birthday in July, in a couple weeks, next weekend, next Saturday. And I had sort of hinted that there might be more coming, because the day that I bought the Saskatchewan and Manitoba ones, I did pre-purchase the whole set. And my husband had a really funny quote that he said to me earlier this week when I was telling him I had purchased it. And he was, why go half measures? You might as well just buy the whole country. So I did. At least he knows about it. Anyway, so it's very, very crinkly. But all of the 13 colorways from Fleece Artist are in here for the national park. So every single province and territory across Canada. So there are 10 provinces and 3 territories. When I was growing up, there was only 10 provinces and 2 territories, but then none of it came along. And so none of it is this lovely blue sky, icy, very glacier-like color. And so we've got the Northern Lights happening here, and lots of beautiful yarns, lots of crinkly, beautiful yarns. So I'm not sure what I'm going to make with all these things, but as a true Canadian, you have to have all the Canada yarns, of course, especially when you're hitting a big birthday. But I didn't stop there because, so I bought the Manitoba and the Saskatchewan. The Saskatchewan is for me. I'm going to give the Manitoba one, I'll knit up for my mom. Isaac will be doing summer school. He'll be accelerating his math in July, so he's going into grade 11 next year. He will be taking the grade 11 math, so he doesn't have to do it during the school year. And he'll be staying with my sister. So my sister met her husband in British Columbia, and so I purchased the British Columbia. And then for a little bit they lived in Calgary, so I purchased the Alberta one as well for her as a thank you, because she likes to knit as well, as a thank you for looking after Isaac. And mothers do that, they confuse their children. Anyway, for looking after Isaac in, I guess during the week in July, I'll have him on the weekends and helping him with his homework, because she's a math teacher and she's a lot more equipped to help with the math than I am. So that's what I've bought her, and so I haven't told her about it yet. So these will be heading her way for the summer so that she can knit something beautiful for, and her husband's also from BC. So I thought she'd probably really enjoy these ones. So these are for her. This is for me. Because again, why go half measure when you can go with the whole country? And not only did I go with the whole country, I went with the whole country and then duplicated a couple provinces. And of course, Ontario was sold out again as a single, because everybody from the Purple Pearl pretty much lives in Ontario, and or everybody who goes to the Purple Pearl pretty much lives in Ontario. So Ontario's the first one to go. But Prince Edward Island's so pretty too. So that's part of, I had sort of stacked up last time I went in and was looking at them all individually, and Prince Edward Island and Fundy were both sort of ones that I loved, and we've traveled there, so I've got really happy memories of going there. So I had to have them all. That's how it goes sometimes. So anyway, that's my Canada collection, and yeah, that came home with me. I think I went out on Wednesday and picked that up. So, and of course the mailbox wasn't empty this week either. I received my Pom Pom magazines. So I got the 5th anniversary edition, and then I got the reprint of the 1st edition as well. So I was kind of wanting it on pink, but the white is pretty as well, and it's got the beautiful gold, or almost like a pink gold, brassy, sort of bronzy foil pom-pom on it. And so I haven't looked at it yet because I wanted to keep it nice and fresh and pristine for when I showed it on the podcast. So I'll be looking through these, and I already have the Viola sock yarn that was used for the reprint, so I might have to use the Viola sock yarn for that one. So anyway, that is what came in the mail, was my Pom Pom magazines. So in addition to the magazines, I also got some yarn. Big surprise. I had ordered some yarn from Mustache, and this one is Family Reunion, and this is the yarn that is used in the Smooth Operator Socks pattern. I believe that's by Susan B. Anderson. I have the pattern. Have I knit it yet? No, but that's the photograph they use for it. And so I mean, who can pass up this beauty? So saw it, bought it, and in addition, I also bought daily eggs, which I don't know what it is. I've seen lots of yarns that seem to be focusing on different colors of eggs, and this one's no different. So, but just the photograph of the socks, all like the pattern knit up, was just so pretty. It's got blues and peaches and whites and browns and grays, and all of the different colors of eggs that are out there are in this yarn. So and who doesn't love a robin's egg, like a robin's egg blue color? That's in here too. So anyway, Mustache Yarns tells me a mustache, so I got a mustache, right? So, or like that. Anyway, so that came in the mailbox, but that wasn't the only thing that came in the mailbox. I also had a lovely purchase that I had made from Cauldron of Colors. So Sarah, I saw this one, way back when, and it's been in the back of my mind, and I had talked to Sarah through Instagram about maybe putting this colorway on merino singles, and this is Sleeping Beauty, and it is such a beauty, and I love this little bit of pink. It's got a little bit of yellow. I can live with that much yellow, but just I'm loving this, and it smells so good. I don't know what Sarah puts in her yarn, but it just smells so nice. So this arrived with chocolate, and it arrived on a hot day, so the chocolate was kind of mushy when I got it, but I ate it. So no point holding on to it. It's better just to eat it. And of course, there's the little witch that is on I didn't show it this time. The little witch stitch marker that always comes with Sarah's yarns, and they always come in these lovely, I don't know if it's organza, but just these fun, beautiful bags. And this is a Donegal, merino with Donegal net. I've never knit with it before, so I'm sort of interested to see what that's like. I don't know what I'm going to make with it, though. I mean, it's one of those, it should not be socks. I was going to say it should be socks, but it should not be socks. I don't know what I'm going to make with it, but I will make something beautiful with it because it's beautiful yarn. And, okay, spoiler alert, we've got to do all this, spoiler alert, cover your eyes, cover your ears. A Nora George yarn came my way, and it is beautiful. So, don't want to see it? Turn away. It is from the Jane Eyre. I can never pronounce that. So Jane Eyre had this beautiful surprise colorway, and this arrived in my mailbox earlier this week, and I am so glad I got this. So when I originally purchased it, I was only able to get the big skein, and then I was able to buy just a mini on its own, but the mini would have been the same as this one. And then thankfully Tracy opened up some more kits, so I was able to just say to her, can I switch? Well, what I did was I purchased this one, and then she was really fantastic and actually reimbursed the other one. So although I don't think I would have minded having two of these because they are beautiful. Anyway, so this beautiful soft green, and so this is the Jane Eyre kit, and I have purchased the titania one that will be for July, because July is when my birthday is, and one must have all the yarn that has anything to do with July sent their way. So I have lots of Nora George coming in July, and oh, I love this yarn. I think it's one of my two favorite yarns. So I've talked about my Viola sock. I love my Viola sock. I also love Nora George Super Sock. It's when I knit up my Molly Weasley socks, which I'm still waiting to show you. I'm excited to show. I think it sounds like it'll happen soon. I just couldn't put them down. So I absolutely love this yarn, and this color is absolutely beautiful. And it is a 75% superwash merino and a 25% nylon, and it is a dream to knit with. And I think I'm going to need to start digging more into my Nora George stash, which has grown, because who can resist all the beautiful Nora George colorways? Obviously not me. She showed one yesterday. She's doing another, I guess, run through of her sock pattern, and this is the one that I have test knit. And so she's doing another yarn with another knit through with her yarn called Tea Time, and I have to have that. It's tea time. I have a segment called Tea Time, so you know, so beautiful. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to when she finishes that, and then hopefully gets the pattern up so I can show my beautiful Molly Weasley ones and start wearing them. Although it's summer, I probably won't wear them right away. Anyway, so Nora George yarns, just love, 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 love. And my basket is empty, which is a good thing because sometimes it gets a little bit full at the end of the week when I have to bring it over to show, and sometimes it's a little bit embarrassing. So on tea time today, I am drinking out of my very, very old, I think it's got to be about 20 years old, maybe a little bit older. I don't know when I got it, a long, long time ago. Anyway, this is my metal, sort of like camping mug look-alike, but it's not metal, it is ceramic. But I just love the look of it, and it's a nice big cup for tea. So, and today I am drinking kusmi tea. So I'll put this down for a moment and tell you what I'm drinking. So I am drinking the Anastasia Earl Grey tea. And so when we were in Paris last year, I was in the duty-free waiting for our plane. So orally, there's not much happening between security and when you get on your plane. So I was looking in the duty-free, and I was looking for a gift for my best friend. And because I hadn't picked anything up yet in Paris, and my suitcase had been really quite full, but I did have a little bit of room in my carry-on stuff. So as I was looking through the duty-free for something from France to give to her, I was looking at the kusmi teas, and there was a woman there who we got to chatting, and she sounded like she knew a lot about tea, and she was going on about how wonderful the chai tea was from kusmi. So I picked up one of these for my best friend. And of course, when you get one for one person, you have to get one for yourself too, right? Especially when you've been told how wonderful the chai tea is, which is the one in the center. And so I picked that up for myself, but as you can tell, it's still unopened. I'm saving it. Anyway, so this is from Paris, but the funny thing is when I got home, I went to a gourmet grocery store near us and found that they also had kusmi tea. And they had this lovely Anastasia Earl Grey, which is, am I showing you the French side? Here's the English side. So it's Earl Grey with orange and lemon blossoms, or lemon and orange blossoms. And so I bought this. Now, it is huge. It was on sale. So not only did I get this one, I got a few others because it was on sale. And I knew, you know, I'd looked on the website, so I knew I was getting a really, really good deal. I think I paid something like half of what it would have cost if I had purchased it regular price. So, and it wasn't expired at all, so that was even better. Anyway, so it is a beautiful, and of course it's wrapped up, wrinkle, wrinkle, crinkle, crinkle. So beautiful black tea, really, really aromatic, and I bought a couple tins like this because it was a really fantastic deal. So I have one at work. This is now my second one that I'm opening at home, and it's a really lovely tea to try. The extra tin from my other one, I hold pencils in at work. So great tins and really fantastic tea inside. So that is what I'm drinking today, is my kusmi tea. And at some point I hope to get these open and try these ones out too, but that might be really dangerous because if I really, really like one, then I might have to buy more, and it probably won't be on sale. So anyway, that is tea time for today, and I hope that you've had your lovely little sip of tea. Mine has gone cold, as it always has, but I drink it anyway. Anyway, kusmi tea. Thank you so much for joining me this week on the Comfy Red Couch. I hope that you've had a chance to just sit down, relax, have either a hot or cold beverage, depending on what your weather was calling for. And I hope that you've had a chance to sit down and craft or just relax, as I have talked about knitting, sewing, and the lovely things that have come through my door. I hope that you have a lovely week ahead. I may not be with you next week. I like to try to record every week, but we are going on a family holiday. I will be in a campground in a cabin, and I don't think I'm going to be having Wi-Fi, and I don't think anyone who will be with me will be very happy if I am podcasting. So I may skip next week, but I will be back the week after. We are going into summer holidays for me, so I am thinking I may change. I've currently been filming on Sundays and uploading so that it's available either late Sunday night, early Monday morning. I may start to record on Fridays so that I have it done for the weekend, but I'm going to play it by ear. So that's the nice thing about having a little bit of free time, is that you can change things up as you need to. So I am wishing everybody in Canada a happy Canada Day this upcoming Saturday, and everyone in the U.S. have a wonderful Independence Day as well. So I'll be in the U.S. on Independence Day, so that will be an interesting experience, I'm sure. I think there's lots of fireworks and lots of fun happening then. We have fireworks on Canada Day, but I don't think it's quite as grand. So although it is the 150th, so I'll maybe have to throw my yarn in the air. Anyway, have a wonderful week ahead, and I will probably see you in 2 weeks. Bye. Okay, super huge busy week ahead. Not only do I want to finish a dress and my test knit, I have an even more important task than that. I need to figure out my holiday knitting. I am so overwhelmed. Help.